So this is like a side note video in regards to the youth soccer playbook for girls edition. And I wanted to briefly bring this up because I know somebody's going to ask, would I put my daughter to play with, for example, ECNL or GA on the girls side? And like I said, if I'm going to be having her play with boys, the only way she could probably play at a higher level like that would be through like an MLS Next. I'm not a fan personally of ECNL or GA. GA is only girls. ECNL has boys as well, but I just don't like the model of what ECNL runs, which I can explain in a different video. So does she have to play for a badge organization? No, she doesn't. She could play with a boys team. For example, let's say, just giving a current age group. She's a 2009. She can play 2009 boys. And if she does really well, we could have her play 2008 boys. Again, I'm picking an age group, right? I'm not saying this is what it is. I'm just giving an example. And it doesn't have to be on a badge organization. It's not even about that. It's about her development, maximizing playtime, dealing with boys. So, I would consider, honestly, this. If I could get her on a MLS Next boys team, I would consider that. And again, from the push perspective that she would have to deal with. Again, I wouldn't look much at an ECNL. And MLS Next, I would consider it. That doesn't mean we would do it. So just for reference, right? Those are where some changes happen between the boys and the girls side from a competition standpoint, because she doesn't even have to play for a badge organization like an MLS Next or GA or an ECNL. She could play in what I like to call grassroots and still be pushed very well, and we can control her destiny in terms of she can also play some games 2-3 years up with girls. And those are the type of things that we can bring value back, because if you play, especially in MLS Next, they don't let you do anything else. So unless I got the word from them that she can also play with girls, which they probably wouldn't allow, but those are things to consider and think about that we would want to look at. So the first thing I would try and do, to be honest with you, is look for an organization that will allow us to play, for example, boys her age or 1 year up if she's good enough. And then on the flip side, probably within the same organization, again, I'm talking older ages, right? I'm not talking about younger ages really, because you should still follow the blueprint and the plan within the youth soccer playbook, and have her play 2-3 year up with girls, because girls don't have the same physical differences to the same level that boys do from a power standpoint. So those things make a difference, and she can start playing older ages quicker, in my opinion, from a physical standpoint, assuming there's no issues in her growth for development physically. So just keep that in the back of your mind. I think that's good content and insightful stuff for people, what we would be looking for. And if I could make it happen where she could play on a boys MLS Next team that is a good level and a good standard, where she's going to be pushed and I enjoy what the coach is doing, we would consider that, because I think that could add value. And we would make the decision on what we want to do and how we want to proceed. But those are just some takes to think about, at least from your perspective now with your daughter, of what you could or couldn't do from my perspective. And this is the things that we would do with my daughter from a competitive standpoint. And I hope that makes sense. And I'll see you moving into phase 3.